Hey, what's up, and welcome back to another build tutorial where today I'm going to show you how to build your own pharmacy and doctor's surgery in Minecraft. Inside features a main area to book appointments and grab some medication, as well as a waiting room and doctor's office for those appointments. And as always, before I start this tutorial, I'd really appreciate a little smash on that like button, as it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. So with all that said, let's start building. Here are all the materials that you will need for this build, and the plot of land you will need is 22 by 18 blocks. First up, I'm going to grab myself some white concrete and then go into the front left hand corner here. Just on this point, I'm just going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks going up like that. And the next, I'm going to leave a gap of 8 blocks and then build up another 6. And then after that, this time I'm going to leave a gap of 9. And then I'm just going to place another 6 blocks going up. So the right hand side should be slightly wider than the left. So going to the left hand side, I'm just going to extend this pillar by another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks going across like that. So just extending this all the way across to this end point here. So by the end, that should give you a nice large wall like this. And then going to the right hand side, from this point I'm going to place 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm just going to build this up so it's level with this pillar here. So just building that all the way up. Just like so. And the next, I'm then just going to place 4 blocks going across like that. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2 and then place another 4. And then just on the end here, I'm going to place another 2 and then build that up. So it's 6 blocks high in total. And then I'm just going to fill in this little gap at the top here. So that'll give us a nice little window. And then moving on to this middle wall here. From this point, I'm going to place 3 white concrete and then build that up so it's level. Just like that. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 2. Place another 6 blocks going up. And then I'm going to extend that wall going all the way across to line up with that one over there. Just until it reaches the border. And going back to this little gap here, I'm just going to place 4 blocks at the top. The next up, on this middle wall, I'm going to place another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks going up like that. And then I'm just going to extend this going all the way along until I meet the end there. Which will leave you with a wall like this. Next up, I'm now going to grab some green concrete. So with this, I'm now going to show you how to create the roof for this building here. So firstly, I'm just going to place 1 bit of green concrete there. Then I'm going to place 1 more in front of that, followed by 2 blocks on the left. And then next, I'm just going to go up by 1 and extend that by another 1. I'm just going to repeat that another 4 times. So you should end up with a nice diagonal like that. And the next, I'm going to leave a gap of 3 and then place another bit of green concrete. And I'm just going to place another 3 next to that. So that should give us a strip of 4. And I'm just going to go down 1, place a bit of green concrete, add another 3. And then down 1 and then place another 4. So you should end up with a nice diagonal like that. And silly me, I just realised that this is too high. This should actually be 5 blocks high, not 6. So let's just get rid of that and pretend that never happened. And then just going to the left hand side here. Just on these points, I'm just going to extend this going all the way across. Just until I'm 1 block out here on the end. And once that's done, I'm just going to repeat the slants that we've done on that side, on this side here. First, I'm going to go up by 1, and then place 2. And I'm just going to repeat that another 4 times here. Just like so. And then going to the left hand side, I'm then going to place one bit of green concrete just like that. Then I'm going to place one just going out, followed by another 2 on the other side. That'll give us a nice row of 4 there. And then we're going to go up by another 2 rows of 4. Just like that. And then going to the right here, I'm just going to place another 2 blocks on the end there. And then I'm just going to extend this going all the way along until it connects with the front here. And then next, going to the middle section of the roof, I'm just going to connect these 2 points with the other one at the front here, which will give you a nice strip like that. Next up, let's start adding some skylights to this roof to get them finished. So for that, you are going to need some white stained glass. So starting with the left bit of the roof, firstly, from this point, I'm just going to place another strip of green concrete going all the way across to begin with. Just like that. And the next, starting on this front side here, I'm just going to place 2 green concrete like that, and then thicken this bit up. And I'm just going to mirror that on the other side here. And then going to this point here, I'm just going to place another row of green concrete. Just like that. And the next, switching to the white stained glass. From this point, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 glass along like that. And then I'm just going to follow this, placing some glass to follow the slope of the roof, just like that. First skylight, and then doing the same thing on this side. So placing 4 white stained glass, and then just building that up to the top of the roof. And then by the end, you should end up with a little gap here. And we can just fill that with some green concrete. So that'll complete the first bit of the roof here. So now moving on to the other side here. So for that, firstly, with the green concrete, from this point, placing 2 there. And then just thickening this side up by 2 blocks. And then mirroring that on the other side. So again, placing 2 there. And then thickening it up. And the next up, just from this point, I'm going to place a strip of green concrete going across like that. And then on the other side, thickening this by 1 strip as well. Just like that. And the next, moving back to the white stained glass, I'm going to place 4 going along like that. And then just extending this down the slope. Like so there. And then with the green concrete, I'm then going to place 4 going across, just like that. And then I'm just going to again follow the gradient of the slope here. So you should have something that looks like this. And the next, going back to the white stained glass, I'm just going to place 1 in each corner there. Then I'm going to put green concrete in the middle, followed by 1 more strip of 4 and another strip. Then we're going to add another 2 white stained glass, 2 green concrete in the middle, and then another 8 green concrete to fill that up, and then 1 more bit of white stained glass on each side with a bit of green concrete in the middle, and that'll give us some nice little mini skylights, which will complete all of the roof here. So now let's get these other walls finished. So for that, you're going to need some light grey concrete to begin with. So with this, firstly, if I just go to the left hand side here, from this point, I'm going to count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. On that block, I'm going to place a whole pillar of grey concrete going all the way up, just like that. And then from this bottom point, I'm going to count up 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On that block, I'm going to place a row of grey concrete going to the left, and then 2 blocks on the right there. And then for a little pharmacy sign with the green concrete, I'm just going to add a little cross just on there. And then on the other side, going back to light grey concrete, just on that middle point here, just going to place a pillar going up to the top. So that'll give us all of the space that we need to fill in all of the windows, but we'll do that in a bit. And then just going to the back here, using some more white concrete, I'm just going to fill all these back walls in with all this white concrete. So if we just start on this right hand wall here, so as you see, I'm just filling up all of the area here, all of this white concrete, just like so. And then just doing the same thing on the left here. So that'll give you a nice white wall like that. Next up, let's get all these windows filled in here. So for that, I am going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. And firstly, I'm just going to fill in this big window to begin with. So let's just place all of these panes inside here to fill that window up. And then placing some more panes on this top section to fill that one. And let's also fill this one as well. And then next, for a door, I'm going to place one pane there. I'm going to leave a gap and then place another 3. And inside that gap, I'm going to grab myself a diorite wall. That's going to be a nice little door handle there. Then moving on to the other side of the building, sticking with the white stained glass panes. From this point, I'm going to place 5 going up. And I'm going to place 5 on the other side. Next, I'm then going to grab myself some light grey stained panes. And then from this point, I'm just going to place 2 going out like that. And then sticking with the glass, I'm going to place another 4 panes going up. Like that. And then I'm going to place a diorite wall in front, followed by another 3 panes. So that'll give us a nice little door there. And then I'm just going to fill up this gap at the top with some more glass. Just like that. And then I'm just going to fill in this whole window as well. By doing that, that will complete all the main walls for our pharmacy and doctor's surgery here. Next up, let's get all the floor done inside. So for the floor, all you're going to need is some birch planks. And firstly, let's just fill in these gaps where all of the windows are and the doors. Fill all those in. And then wherever there's grass, I'm just going to replace all of that with these planks. So by the end, that should leave you with a nice birch floor like this. Or while I'm at it, let's fill in this window with some white glass. There we are. And the next up, let's finish some of the outside details here. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some smooth stone. And just where this lime green border is going all the way around, I'm just going to replace all of that with some smooth stone here. So that should leave you with something that looks like this. And then where any of the grass is at the front, we can also replace that. There we are. So now I'm just going to add some little details to make the front entrance look that little bit nicer. So first, I'm just going to grab myself some oak leaves. And then going to the left-hand side here. Firstly, I'm just going to place from this point 3 leaves going across like that. And then 1 in the middle. 1 going diagonally to the left, and then 1 going diagonally to the right there. One nice little bush. And then going to the right hand side, I'm going to add another bush here. So let's place 4 going along, followed by 2, and then 2 on the right, and then finally 1 going diagonally to the left. That'll give us some nice bushes here. And then I'm also going to add some signs here. So let's add one here to say that this is the pharmacy. Like that. And then on the right hand side, let's add one here to say this is the doctor's surgery. That's what we call it in the UK anyway. There we have it. That is the exterior of the pharmacy and doctor's surgery all complete. So now we can move on to decorating the inside. First up, let's start by decorating the pharmacy here. Firstly, I'm going to grab myself some light grey concrete. And then from this point, I'm going to count across 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On that 6th block, placing 1 bit of light grey concrete and then building that up all the way to the top there. And then I'm just going to leave a gap of 6 and then place some grey concrete on the other side here. And then from this point, I'm going to count up 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On that block, I'm going to place a strip of light grey concrete going across. And then I'm just going to build this up all the way to the roof. Just like so. And then for the pharmacy desk, I'm going to grab myself some lime terracotta. And then from this point, just placing 5 blocks going along like that. And then on the end, I'm then going to add a birch gate. Just there. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some more white stained glass panes. I'm just going to place 2 on the end to begin with. And the next, for some laptops, so customers can get served, I'm just going to grab myself a stone pressure plate. Just place 2 there. Followed by an iron trap door, a lever, and any random painting. I'm just going to place 1 trapdoor behind each pressure plate. Then I'm going to add a lever on each one to flip them up. And then I'm just going to add any painting in front. And that'll give us some nice laptops there. And that'll complete the desk area where people can get medication and book appointments. Next, I'm going to add some shelving to the pharmacy area full of all of the stuff you need to get better. So for that, firstly, I am going to grab myself some smooth stone slabs. And then just starting from this point, I'm just going to place 2 slabs going along like that. And leaving half a block gap, I'm just going to place another 3 rows of 2, like so there. Then I'm going to leave a gap, and then just repeat this once more. And I'm just going to extend this along in the other direction just by 1 more block, like so. And then I'm just going to extend this across by another 2 slabs, going in the other direction there. And then I'm going to leave a gap, and then place another 4 rows of 2, like so. As you see, that'll give us some shelves. Then I am going to grab myself some item frames. And then I'm just going to place these on each slab. Just like so. And now, obviously, we need to stock up these shelves. So for that, firstly, I'm going to grab myself a potion of a fire resist. First up for that, I'm going to grab myself a potion of fire resistance, as to me it looks like some sort of medicine, or it can be whatever you want it to be. And then next, I'm going to grab myself an apple. I'm also going to grab myself a wind charge, and for me it kind of looks like a bandage, so I thought that was quite a nice choice there. And then finally, I'm going to grab a white shulker box, like a pill box or something. So firstly, let's just add some medicine in this cabinet, followed by some apples. Let's add some bandages. And let's also add some pills here. Just like so. And then for a little bit of extra decoration, let's add a little carpet as well. So I'm going to grab some grey and green carpet for that. For that, starting from this point, placing 3 grey carpet going across. 1 bit of grey on each side, followed by green in the middle. And then 3 green. And then 1 green. 2 grey. Like that, and then 3. And as you see, that'll give us a nice little carpet there with a little pharmacy sign in. And for some lighting, I'm just going to grab myself some lanterns. And I'm just going to place 1 on the left there, leave a gap of 2, and then 1 on the right. And that'll complete the front area of the pharmacy. And now, moving to the back, I'm going to grab firstly some white shulker boxes. So these are going to be where all of the different medication is stored. For that, firstly, from this point, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white shulker boxes going along like that. And I'm just going to extend that up by another 4 rows of 7 here. Just like so. And in this little corner here, I'm going to grab some white concrete and place 5 going up. And then I'm going to grab some more white shulker boxes. I'm just going to place another 3 like that. And then building them up by another 4 rows of 3 there. And then just to neaten this bit off, I'm going to grab some white carpet and just placing that on top like so. And I'm also going to add some extra shelving here as well. So I'm going to add, from this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bits of white concrete, followed by another. So first, if we just place a temporary block here, well, a few temporary blocks, and then I'm just going to add some shulker boxes facing outwards like that. And then on top, adding some white carpet. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some more item frames. I'm just going to place 5 on the bottom there. I'm just going to stock that up with some more medicine. So I've got a potion of healing, regeneration, and slow falling here. So I'm going to place healing there, regeneration there, slow falling there, another regeneration, and then a healing there. Just to stock them up. And the next, just going behind here, I'm going to grab some more lime terracotta. Just going to place 2 there. And on top of them, I'm going to add a brewing stand. Add 2 there, like so. And that'll complete the main medication area of the pharmacy. So with the pharmacy done, we can now move on to the doctor's surgery area. Oh, and for a little bit more detail, I'm now going to show you how to create a nice little pharmacy banner here. For the banner, you're going to need 1 green banner, followed by 2 white dye, and 3 green. And we can't forget to grab a loom as well. So these materials, they're only for 1 banner, because you're going to need 3 of these. So for 1 banner, what you need to do, put the green banner in to begin with, white dye in, 1 stripe going down, followed by 1 stripe across, and then with the green, 1 thick stripe at the top, 1 thick stripe at the bottom, followed by a border going around. And that will give you the pharmacy banner. I'm going to place 1 in the corner there, and then you'll need to repeat that recipe another 2 times, because I want to place 1 on each side of this little doorway here, like so. Actually, that will just add a nice bit of extra decoration. Next up, to decorate the doctor's surgery here. So for that, you're going to need some more light grey concrete to begin with. And firstly, from this point, I'm going to count across 1, 2 blocks. On that block, placing a bit of light grey concrete, and then building that up, going all the way to the top to begin with. And from this point, I'm going to count up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on that block, placing 2 going out, and then going to add another 4 blocks on top. And then from that point, I'm going to build down to the bottom there. That'll give us another doorway. And then just going to place another 5 concrete going across. And then I'm just going to build that up all the way to the top. Like so there. And then going in this little section here, this is going to be where the doctor's room is going to be. I'm going to grab some white concrete. From this point, counting across 2 blocks. And then I'm going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks going out like that. And I'm just going to build, just going to extend this up, going all the way to the top. Just like so. And then from this point, counting up 4 blocks. And next to that block, placing 3 white concrete. And then just extending that up. That gives us a nice little doorway there. And to complete these doors, I'm just going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. Firstly, I'm just going to place 2 there. And then let's extend these up. I'm going to this little doorway here, placing 4 on the left hand side. And next up, I'm just going to add a bit of extra lighting in this surgery. So first, let's grab a lantern. And first, you're just going to place 1 on this block here, leave a gap of 1, place another one. And the next, if we go inside the surgery, I'm just going to place 1 next to that skylight on the right there. We'll do the same just there. And then placing another skylight next to these other lights like so. Just so the place isn't pitch black at night. So now let's get the main waiting room all decorated. So for that, for some seats, I'm just going to grab myself some polished andesite stairs. I'm going to place one there, leave a gap, place one, leave a gap, and place another one. And I'm just going to repeat this another 2 times like so. So that'll give us some nice seats for the waiting room. And the next, for a little TV here to show whose appointment's up next. I'm going to grab some black wool to begin with. And from this point, I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3 blocks. I'm just going to place one bit of black wool there, followed by one on the right. And then I'm going to grab myself an iron trap door. I'm going to place 2 on the top and then 2 on the bottom there. And the next, with a sign, I'm going to place one on the left, and that's going to be appointment. And then this will be whose appointment it is. So let's just say Miss Brown, for example. Let's put that there. That'll give us our nice appointment system. And the next, for a little bit of extra decor, let's add a nice painting here. So just going to add some temporary blocks just around like that. And then just going to add any painting in like so there. And the next is add a fish tank. A doctor's waiting room isn't complete without a fish tank. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some black concrete to begin with. First, I'm just going to place 2 across like that. And then I'm going to grab myself some blue stained glass to make it look like the fish tank is full of water. Let's place 2 there. Then I'm going to add 2 iron trap doors on top. And to make it look like there is a fish in there, let's grab an item frame, put that there. And let's fill that with a tropical fish. Ooh, he's doing a 360. Let's keep it like that. There we are. So next up, let's decorate the doctor's office here. So firstly, I'm going to grab myself a cauldron. I'm going to place one in this corner. Then I'm going to grab myself some oak leaves. And I'm just going to place 3 on top of the cauldron there. And then going into the main area here, for the patient's seat, I'm going to grab myself some white wool. I'm just going to place 6. And from this point, I'm just going to place 5 blocks going in a N shape like that. This will be the couch where the patient sits. Then I'm going to grab myself a stone slab. I'm just going to put 1 in the middle there. And the next, I'm going to grab myself a green shulker box. I'm just going to place 3 going along here. This is going to be the start of the doctor's desk here. I'm going to have some grey carpet. I'm just going to place 1 on each side. And then for the doctor's laptop, similar to the design we've done before, stone pressure plate like that. Then any random painting. Going to add a temporary block there. That'll give us the painting. And then for the doctor's chair, I'm going to grab myself a smooth quartz slab. I'm just going to place 1 there. Followed by an iron door. Like so. And also going to add a green banner in front of that door. And the next, I'm going to grab myself an item frame. I'm just going to place 2 on the left there. And that's going to be full of leads, because to me it looks like... What are those things? I actually forgot the name of those things that you listen to people's heartbeat with. But you know what I mean. Stethoscope, that's it. Just going to add 1 of them. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself a smooth stone slab. I'm just going to place 1 there. And on top of that, for a little bit of extra decoration, let's add a flower pot and a cornflower inside there. So we've got the consultation bit just there. And inside this room, I'm just going to add a nice little bed for examinations and stuff. So for that, first I'm just going to add an extra 3 cabinets there to begin with. And then I'm going to grab myself some stone stairs. I'm just going to place these going around. So if we just put one stair there, I'm going to place one next to that. And then I'm going to place 2 in this direction. Then I'm going to place another 2 in this direction. And then finally another 2 in this direction. So if you have a look underneath, you can see that these stairs go around in a loop. Like so. And then for the bed, I'm going to grab myself some snow. And firstly, on these first 4 blocks, just going to place 2 snow on each block. Then on these 2 next blocks, I'm going to add 3 snow. And then on this last block, I'm going to add 5 snow. Like so there. And that just makes the bed look that little bit more comfy here. And yes, I know it's made out of snow, but it looks like a duvet, so I'm not complaining. So that'll give us the examination room. So with the examination room done, that is the doctor, surgery and pharmacy all complete. So I really hope you did enjoy this tutorial, and I hope you are pleased with the final result. But yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day.